At 6, a high-stakes showdown over Georgia elections is playing out right now. At issue, who controls voting in Fulton County? Atlanta News First reporter Abby Kassours is at the Capitol tracking this story.
Yes, and the tension here is palpable. They're going on 8 hours of testimony for this state election board meeting. We did expect them to take up this issue about the FBI raid, but they have since put off the discussion to tomorrow. Still, the conversation around this, both in the meeting and here at the state capitol, continues.
It started here 3 weeks ago, January 28th. FBI agents swarmed Fulton County's election hub, hauling out hundreds of boxes of ballots and documents from 2020. The search warrant claims they're investigating defects in that election, one President Donald Trump has claimed was rigged against him.
I'm calling to order.
Now that raid is driving today's state election board meeting, their first since the FBI seized those ballots. A state trooper stands guard as the board hears cases of alleged election violations statewide.
We're concerned about what's going on.
Outside faith leaders are taking a stand against what they say they see coming, calling it an attack on voting rights.
We will not sit back and be silent while this latest egregious effort to rob us of our right to vote takes place.
This fight has consumed the state capitol, dominating the conversation for both Democrats and Republicans.
The Fulton County's voter rolls.
State Senator Greg Dolezal posted these videos on X showing what he calls proof Fulton's voter rolls littered with false addresses.
All Georgians' votes are being diluted by people illegally registered to vote at UPS stores, empty parking lots, storage units, homeless shelters that have been closed since 2017.
He wants the board to take over Fulton County, installing a state-appointed superintendent to control polling locations, voting machines, even line lengths. Democrat Stacey Evans is calling it voter intimidation by another name.
This is a distraction. It's a ploy to relitigate 2020, and even more so to take control and to intimidate voters going into the 2026 elections.
And here's what we're watching for next, because it could happen fast. The Elections Board does have the power to implement, if they find that Fulton County is not complying with state law, they can implement their power to put a temporary superintendent in place who would then conduct elections in Fulton County. And we're still waiting to see what they will decide. Live at the state capitol, Abby Kassours, Atlanta News First.